I'm joined now by Alex Zhavoronkov. He is the founder and CEO of Insilico Medicine. Alex, do the privacy risks outweigh the health benefits, do you think, when it comes to tech like this?
I don't. So first of all, our company is not using any private proprietary patient data for research, for identifying new medicine. It's using AI. But I think that privacy of human health data today is a very politicized subject, especially in the Western world, where people are led to believe that there is a lot of risk to their data being accessible by other companies or institutions or governments. And I must say that usually the credit card data that you are giving to your waiter or your passport that you are giving to the security officer at the border crossing is actually much more sensitive than most of your health data, because over the past 20 years, I have not seen any single cases where somebody has been significantly damaged by having their data accessed by any company or individual. So you can figure out that, you know, your papa is not your papa, but that's probably one of the worst cases. We could have achieved much greater benefit for humankind with having this data accessible. And there are massive efforts in the UK, for example, UK Biobank, and many other data repositories that are made freely available to researchers around the globe. And I think collaboration is much more important than trying to silo this data.
Okay, so Alex, then give me your sense of what your reaction was when you heard about Elon Musk and others saying, hey, we need a pause on this.
Well, I've been working in the field of generative AI since 2015. My first paper was published in 2016, showing that we can now generate molecules with the desired properties. There is nothing magical about generative AI. It's mathematics, it's coding, it is statistics. Generative AI, of course, allows you to do much more. It allows you to create, to generate novel objects. But it's not something that is going to take over society and develop its own consciousness. We're very, very far from that, either in recurrent neural network-based or transformer-based large language models, multimodal models that are in use today. So I actually don't think that there is a significant danger in those large language models from the perspective that this open letter is being pitched as being, you know, dangerous and AI taking over. Elon, I cannot never say anything bad about Elon, because he promised so many times and delivered on so many different subjects. So he is one of the world's greatest techno entrepreneurs that we all need to learn from. However, in this particular case, I think he is trying to just attract a lot of attention to the subject, maybe pause some of the development. And I think that this stems from his recent conflict with OpenAI, where he actually gave them a substantial grant and they did not really play the way he wanted to, because people turned it into a commercial company, closed the code, and now it's making a lot of money. And of course, a lot of progress is being made. I must say that in this field, those large language models that are performing at the level of GPT-4 are accessible only to very large companies that have tens of millions of dollars for training, or hundreds of millions of dollars if they need to train several times those models. It's just the regulation on the part of those large developers, those hyperscalers that are deploying those systems, that is necessary. And we should probably follow what China has done recently, and which is basically oversight over those large language developers, so that the systems that respond to your prompts are not used in a malicious way, because it's always humans who are at fault.
So, Alex, if we're able to dismiss the privacy concerns, are there any other safety concerns in using AI tech in healthcare? Any concerns that you might have?
So one of the concerns I have with consumerization of large language models like ChatGPT is that they are very easy to trust. So they've been trained by tens of thousands of humans to be personalizable, to be personable, to be conversational. So they are trustworthy. And you start asking them questions, you get used to the answers, but those answers are essentially fake. So those networks are trained to trick you into believing that the information is accurate. But very often it is not, especially when it comes to healthcare data. And that's why we actually need to ensure that all the right data is there for training. And also there is benchmarking of those models. There is expert review. There is expert regulation when it comes to medical advice. Because imagine that somebody has a problem and asks ChatGPT to solve it, and takes the drug off the shelf, swallows it, and dies or gets significant side effects. So I think that this is somewhere where FDA could actually get involved. FDA is there for a reason, deep bow to that organization for regulating healthcare. It's not usual for somebody like me to say that, but these guys are amazing. And we need to ensure that there are quality standards for large language models that are conversational and consumer-facing. On the business-to-business front, we probably shouldn't worry about anything because you still need to do a lot of experimental validation.
Alex Zhavoronkov joining us with analysis and insights. We can't thank you enough. Really appreciate it. Very interesting stuff.
Thank you.